Greetings and welcome to a crazy World of Tanks video. And I don't use that word lightly. Now what you see here is the Wiesel toe. And I didn't play this vehicle in this game. I played the M60AX, which I'm using to work on my contract for the Legion. But the Wiesel figures prominently in the very end of this video, and that's why I'm using this as the reference at the beginning of the video. This thing is a freak, and what I saw I had never actually seen before, and I don't know, some of you have seen that, I'm sure. Others like myself have not seen it, so it was a real shocker to me, and I wanted to show this to you, but in the whole context of the battle, because it was a very, very, very close game. In fact, it gets to a one-on-one with a thumper versus a Wiesel. That's what it ends up. But how we get there is interesting. And it was a good battle back and forth, which you're going to see. But it takes a little bit over 13 minutes. So it's a longer battle. You could skip forward, obviously, if you want to. But the whole thing is there. And I'm going to tell you what I was thinking as it was going on, because it was really a good battle. But first, please leave a like for this video. It will really help a lot. Please consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed. Tell your friends. Maybe they'll consider subscribing too, because I'm sure they'd like to see this if they haven't seen it already. And as always, my subscribers have been awesome, and so they're going to get this instantaneously, and you can get it too. Just subscribe. It's pretty simple. So let's get to the action, because there's a lot of it. Welcome to Thiepval Ridge. This is a good map for me. I don't know. I just seem to have good matches on this map. Me, I'm a lumberjack. I like to cut down trees. Well, not really, but I do knock them down to create sniper posts. And you're going to see that it worked great, as usual. I do it for one simple reason: it works. In fact, I use this sniper nest to vault me into MVP position. Alright, so there's a little freak. He just popped on the screen and now he's popped back off. Yeah, they had two of those guys. Two of those Wiesels on the enemy team. I just don't know which one it was that I saw. If it was the head jerk or not. But that's okay. So my thinking here, well, one of the things is, you have to know this. This M60AX has a .13 accuracy. So it's the most accurate gun of any tank that I own, period. And nothing else is really that close. So this is a butt kicker. It's an awesome sniper due to that accuracy factor. And I make the full value of this .13 accuracy here. I killed that M60AX. That dude is the dude that's the pain. That Roland guy, he's the pain. He's the head jerk on the enemy team. And you will see at the end of the match why he's the head jerk. That guy right there. Trying to snag that T-72B. Got him. That's 2. So as a sniper back here on this hill, under cover, I'm taking as many opportunity shots as I can. The main thing is that while they're engaged at close range with other players, they don't know the shots that I have shot them with are coming from somewhere else. Or they can't do anything about it, even if they do figure out where it's coming from. It doesn't always work this way, but when it works this way, it's fantastic. The opportunity sniper can make his presence felt big time, which is exactly what I did. I mean, I'm not the best maneuvering medium tank fighter there is. I mean, I'm pretty good, but I'm not great. But I'm great as an opportunity sniper, and that's the difference. You got to be the best you that you can be. That other Wiesel is dead. The one that was on top of the ridge from the beginning of the game. So we're losing, but sticking with the plan, opportunity sniping. It's not my fault. I've already killed 2 guys. So there's going to be a guy that comes up down here from the water. The one weakness of being an opportunity sniper is that you rely, there we go, you rely upon spotters. All right, that's a Magok 7. And this wasn't like going great. I thought, you know what? Now is the time to go and make my presence felt, I hope. I was going to ram this guy, but miraculously my tracks were crunched. I'm like, really? I'm still going to kill this guy. All right, that's the 3rd kill that I make. I'm not going to kill anymore. One shot, he's a dead man. I don't get it, unfortunately. But that's okay. And that is the jerk. This guy's a monster. That's not who we're going to follow. This is the dude, which is really funny because this dude at this moment has still not made a kill. But I'm going to tell you, this guy plays phenomenal from basically this point forward. Now, he had played a good game. He had like 3,000 damage at this time, more or less. So he was playing a solid game all the way around. But this is a case where this guy plays basically better as the game gets closer to the end, which is very rare, and it's nothing less than excellent. And you'll see what happens. Goodbye. That's his first, but not his last kill. So now we have the little dance with 2 tanks against Wiesel. So that was me telling those guys the signal to go to the enemy base. Although, objectively speaking, after you see what happens at the base, they might have been better off where they were. One of the weaknesses of the little tanks is making them climb for their attacks. So getting on top, 2 of them on top of the hill might have been, that was a miss by the way, might have been the smartest move to hold their ground there. And actually another place, the great place to hold their ground would have been there on that mound to the left, to his left of this thumper. Because if you make him climb to attack you, his speed drops. And one of the powers of the little tank, light tank or Wiesel, is that their speed is what makes them so difficult. So anything that mitigates their speed advantage is a huge advantage for you. Now, these 2 guys, of course, weren't using headsets. What a shocker. All right. So it's a miracle that it worked out in our favor, because these guys could have he had the right idea of getting on that hill, but not using a headset, he couldn't convey this idea to the thumper. His idea of staying on the hill was key. In fact, he probably should have stayed on the hill rather than go to the base, retrospectively. And it will become obvious once you see this, because I've never seen the thing you're going to see. And it's one of those things that once you see this completely alters your perspective on the Wiesel. Now, both of those guys go to the circle, which seems like a good idea. But I really think that dude in the 72 had the correct idea of getting on top of the mound. He took a hammer shot. There he is. Now this is very bizarre, because I'm not seeing the thing that I saw, but I know where I saw it. There, he whacked the 72 because that guy just didn't have any health to speak of. His other choice would have been to get in the corner, and this base is right by the corner. The 72 should have been on the borderline. That also inconveniences the fast light tanks. So staying on the borderline limits their angle of attack. Well, one more of those and it's game over. Unfortunately for the Wiesel, he didn't get one more of those. Alright, I'm seeing this guy. He did get the right idea of getting out of the circle. The circle's not going to help him. He's going to win this game one-on-one, but not in the circle. I don't know what the Wiesel's damage is. He's got more health than the Wiesel. So the Wiesel is going to have to fight him to win the game. All right. Let's see if the thing that I saw happens. It was right here. Okay, this is the thing. The replay does not show the thing that I saw. It doesn't. It just doesn't show it. He literally goes invisible at that range before he drops the smoke. In the actual game, he was invisible. He would go 50 yards and just become invisible, and it was ridiculous. And I didn't know if that would duplicate that on the replay or not. Apparently, the replays do not duplicate the invisibility effect. And it's just crazy. This guy rams him. That kills any other tank. He went invisible here as well. Nope. The replay does not show the invisibility cloak that the Wiesel has. So if you've never seen it, well, I'm sorry. I thought it would show it, but it didn't. Fantastic. That was absolutely fantastic. Now, the reality here is I'm going to tell you something you never hear anyone ever say. I got the MVP from the computer, but the real MVP was the guy in the Sparky Commander, Morty. He's the guy that killed the Wiesel. He's the real MVP of this game, not me. I mean, I killed 3 guys. That was great. You know, I had a great game, no question about it. His was better. So this is one of those things where this is what is known as the computer ranking. The computer ranking gave me the MVP because on the computer rankings, I did the things that are valued that get you MVP. But you saw the game. He's the real MVP of this game. You never see anyone tell you that somebody else actually should have been MVP, and he should have been. That was a phenomenal performance. So here is the end of game screen, which shows 3 kills by me, 57, almost 5,800 damage, and 2,100 plus assistance. Made a fortune, over 100 grand, which was fantastic. Let's see, nothing special. Spotter medal, of course, because I got 1,000. But we look at the results here. I guess the M60 gets some kind of a bonus, or gets a bonus partially based on the 3 kills. I don't know exactly, but there's some bonus I got. That guy's numbers were better than mine, but that's numbers is not the important thing, really. The important thing is the impact on the game, and that guy closed it out. It's just one of those things. So if you look at the other side, the invisible ghost, and dude, I'm telling you, it ghosted right there in front of my face. I don't know why it doesn't show it on the replay, but they drove 50, 60, 70 yards, whatever it was, and literally faded out. The invisibility factor, it was ridiculous. So that's the thing I was hoping to show you. But be careful and be aware that apparently Wiesels have the ability with their camouflage. And this has to do with the smoke. When you attach a smoke launcher, it affects your camouflage. And like I'm telling you, you have to see it almost to believe it. It was a shocker. I had no idea that it happened. Maybe you've seen it in matches. Maybe you haven't. I have not seen it. I never really paid attention that was a possibility. I was never forced to absolutely focus on a Wiesel in a one-on-one. I just really don't fight them one-on-one the way he did. When I'm fighting a Wiesel one-on-one, usually I'm in giving chase, and it's a little bit different. He was standing still, and the Wiesel was moving, and he just disappeared. So there's some camouflage combination, apparently, along with the smoke launchers, because the smoke launchers affect the what do you call it, the still concealment. So it was really crazy. So be aware of that and keep on your lookout for it. So that pretty much covers what we needed to cover. But it was a terrific game for both myself and this guy Morty in the Thumper. He delivered big time, and I'm just telling you, he was the real MVP. I don't know how their computer comes up with this, but it's a flaw in the system. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Tell your friends so they have a chance to see this for themselves and subscribe if they want. And thanks to my subscribers. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you guys for sure on Tuesday.